Oh.
Yeah. No, oh yeah, look at that. My son, the second it goes live. Donation, holla.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Tinder match.
Imagine that. Oh, the Tinder match. We'll jump right into that. Dr. Haggy today. In the fucking nose, huh?
Holy.
Don't be on Tinder and Grindr. He's anti-Tinder and Grindr. You swipe right, you might get more
Then you bargain.
than you bargain for. Oh, that was beauty. I'm so happy he knows. Like, one day he knows what it is and swipes. You think he's? You think he's on there?
No, I mean I'm sure he's married. Is he?
Well, sure do know.
It's just like a I don't know, him getting in front of in the way of everyone getting their rocks off.
Tell you what, if he don't have a woman, he don't need Tinder or Grindr. Man, the women are gone crazy. Do you see in the comment section what did he's getting on with?
Dr. Haggy.
Oh, his accent. He's a doctor and he takes no shit from nobody. Well, like in the comment sections are fucking accents such as this when you don't want to fucking do things. Oh man,
They're loving him.
Oh man, women
Can't hear Colin.
check it.
Is your mic on?
I don't know. Check it now. Check the OBS.
Oh yeah,
Is
it's
it working?
it's the volume's not turned up on this thing. Keep going, keep talking.
All right. Wait, hold on. Try it out. Is it working now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They said you couldn't hear me though.
yeah. At first,
Oh yeah.
your mic was off.
All right. Well, sorry about that. If the mic was on, you couldn't hear me. We just talking about Dr. Haggy. Got right into it with the Tinder and the Grindr. If you swipe right, you might get more than you bargained for. It was.
Yeah, we know that it's Tinder, man.
Oh,
Venereal
man,
disease.
that's always the case, man. You're always gonna get more than you bargain for. It's hot garbage, flame garbage, and if that's what you're into, fuck, that was so funny. I just love that he knows what it is and understands the difference between left and right and how it works. But he doesn't need it, man, because the women are dying for that guy.
Oddly, it does inspire confidence.
What?
Oddly enough, you know what I mean? That he knows that he's as old as he is.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who's that old.
Yeah.
But he's older than us.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's just like it's just like, I don't know, it's perfect. Like, I could never in a million years picture Dwight saying that.
No. I tries not to picture Dwight Ball saying anything.
Right? Oh, man. Dwight, yeah, sure. If Dwight, like everything, anything that he would go with, a question, he'd say, what do you about Tinder? And you'd have 10 more questions. How does he even know? Right? You don't sell Tinder in the pharmacy. How does he know anything about that? Right? Oh, man, but Haggy, man, but I'm telling you, man, if he's a single man, he got every bit, he don't need the Tinder, man. Like, the women are going mad for him. They are loving him. Dr. Haggy.
He don't use Tinder, man. If Haggy does anything, man, he goes down to, like, Belize somewhere and just fucks hookers. Definitely. A doctor? Give me a break. He's not swiping on Tinder. If you believe any doctor's on Tinder, you're dead wrong. Especially a 60-year-old doctor. He's probably, like, he's got more RSPs than everyone in Newfoundland combined.
RSPs. What's up, baby? I don't have a mortgage.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't even care where you live. You're mortgage free.
Oh, man.
What is that accent? I can't pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Oh, that was beauty, man. That was the biggest craze on the old social media today, the old Facebook.
Mm.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I love how he said Grindr, too. He was like, we're talking to you gay people as well. You're not getting a pass here.
Yeah, right?
Everyone's social distance.
Yeah. Tinder, Grindr, fuck Bumble.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep it off of Instagram.
I don't give a shit about Facebook. Just don't promote it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, man, one of my favorites. No, it's so great. It's had a... So the reason how we even got that started was the second that I tuned in, got a friggin' donation like the first second it went live. Amazing. Shout out. Okay.
Who is it?
It's
It's anonymous.
They're following me and like their name is MABC. Like that's like it doesn't even say it. Is it
what is it? A Finn?
No, hold on. It would be in my email. That was on the Mary. There it is. Mary. Hold on, man. You know what I'm starting to notice though? I hate it, man. It's like joint pain. It's like or like bending over and like you find it hard. It's like that level of thing. Like my vision is starting to go a little bit now.
Ooh,
just a little bit. Like sometimes, like I'm like, what's that say? Like I've never like it's a bit blurry. Mary butt.
You're getting old, man.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like
you got that quarantine bod on the go.
Oh,
that
man,
lethargic.
I hate it so much.
And I'd say, man, I think Liam was saying it is staring at screens. Like that's
exactly what it is.
We stare at them anyway, but I mean, all we're fucking doing, we're just trapped inside staring at screens.
Dude, my vision was always 2020 awesome. And then, like, in the last 5 years with smartphones, like, having my head and eyes in the phone as much as I have, like, I've noticed a big difference. And it's not just age. I can feel that it's smartphone, like, it's screen-related. And it pisses me off. It sucks my eyes, or I'm frying my own fucking eyes out, man. I hate it.
Well, let alone the pinky dent. Does anybody else have that?
Oh, yeah, we're talking about
the pinky dent. Like, from holding onto your phone and that iPhone just digging into your muscles in your pinky.
I never even thought about that. And I think I got to go, too. Like, holding the phone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and just like it messes the pinky. I do notice a bit of pain there, like in the joint, especially like on a foggy day. Really.
Oh, I got a crevasse there, sir.
Crevasse, fill it with your mighty juice.
Nick out fucking changing his tires in the dark. Something to be had.
Right. Coronavirus off these tires.
Oh man.
Oh man, no, it's like we're so like it's so. Well, this is the thing. Time is irrelevant right now. I'm gonna change my tires. Was it 8 p.m.? Yeah, all right. Perfect time to change tires. Right? Like,
nothing else to be had.
I tell you what, I don't change tires till June. Fuck that. Like every second May 24th weekend, we get snow.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember. Oh, when was that? 4 years ago, roughly. 5. That. When was that? It was Marystown come home here. I feel like it was around August. Remember, we had snow in June that year. Like the middle of June. Like that was crazy. And then we had Trooper out in Marystown for come home here in August. And it was 4 degrees. 4 in August. Oh my God. People that wear hats and gloves, winter coats on in August, man. That's some shit. Like, that's when you're really like, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, I love this place as much as anyone.
Oh, we know.
Right? But like, but the hatred's real too. Very real. It's such a love-hate. And it's just like, whenever you travel anywhere, like as short as Nova Scotia, seriously, and you see how like Halifax is designed, and you see the weather, and like, you know, the feeling of like seasons.
Yeah,
you know?
They got seasons.
Yeah, and it's just like you're like, oh, because when you're living in Newfoundland, you think, sorry, I could live nowhere else, sir. Right? Right? And then you go somewhere else and you're like, oh, I could totally live somewhere else. Like this you're like, really? Life isn't miserable every single day? Is that a fact? No way.
Yeah.
Right? Like is
anywhere is like weather-wise pretty much everywhere except like maybe Antarctica. I don't know. It's just shitty. I mean, UK and all that is always mozzy and rainy too, but freezing like that in August, fuck that.
Yes, man. And they don't get snow and shit like we do. Like, if they get, like, 10 centimeters of snow, it was a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? Everything shuts down.
Yeah. I always gauge it by May 24. Like, I look at my, like, snaps and Instagram and stuff. May 24 in Halifax is always, like, people are already out on the beaches and stuff. Oh, and we're here, like, around the fires and stuff, up the gravel pits.
Dude, so I never, all growing up, when I was in high school and everything else, I was never off the island. And we didn't have much like family vacations or anything like that growing up. We had a couple, I think like twice we went to like Trinity Loop as kids. I feel like it was twice. I went like once as a kid and then another time, like a young kid, like 6, 7 years old, and then like another time when I was like 11 or 12 or something. And that was it. Like we didn't really do much like that. We like in travel, like there was no like going to Ontario or going to Florida or like that as a family. Like couldn't afford it. So, my first time ever off the island into another city was when I was 22, and I went to Toronto for the Great Canadian Laugh Off, and it was in April. Right now, all I know was Newfoundland, right? And then I go from living like I had 1 year, 2 years in St. John's. The other the other 20 years I was living in Burin Bay, Newfoundland.
Cool.
Right? And then so you take that kid and you drop him the first place off the island in Toronto, right? Biggest city in Canada, one of the biggest cities in North America. Like the shock. But I went up there in April. April 4th, I think is when I flew up. I was golfing.
Oh yeah.
Like it was so warm. It was incredible. It was April. It was snow back here, shit.
Yeah.
And it was amazing up there in April, man. Mid-April.
Yeah,
Unreal.
I remember cutting grass up there too in April. Around April time, even May.
Fucking forgetting, even though you lived up there.
Yeah.
Like you had like stints. Was it like how
I lived up there for 2 years.
Straight?
Yeah. Yeah.
You lived for 2 years straight?
Yes, sir.
I always thought you came back down. I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that. I didn't realize that. That's unreal. I was on the reserve. That's what I call it. On the
Jehovah's Witness reserve.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was for it was culty shit. But I'll tell you one thing, man, and a lot of people listening that know me that used to be Jehovah's Witnesses can attest to this. I partied the whole fucking time.
Right.
I was just like, man, because I knew it wasn't. I knew
deep down
I didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness the rest of my life. So I was like, well, I'm only going to live in Toronto once probably at this age, unless I move away for something else. So I was getting home to that private gated community that is Bethel Jehovah's Witness up there.
In a reserve,
like 4 o'clock in the morning, having to get up 6:30 for like a Bible discourse. Never. I lost years off my life. I left on my 20th birthday, and when I came back 2 years later, Mom thought I was 42. She was like, "You don't look 22. You look 42."
And she was a health freak too, so
she was rotted at the amount of drinking that went on up there, sir.
Right?
I drink less than I did as Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's Witnesses, man, what a booze hound there.
That's so funny to me. That is. Hold on now. I gotta keep that off. Sorry. Yeah, that's amazing. Cause like I grew up, I spent most of my years in the Salvation Army Church, and then when I was in high school, I started going to the Pentecostal church because they get lined up a lot. So funny too, man. Right? Like look at that every fucking time, man. Both the Mopey Nick Masters, man.
Mopey Dick.
Mopey Dick Masters, right? So fucking don't get the strength to close a fucking closet door, fucking porch
Not
door.
only that, not the strength, just the will.
The will. That's more so what I meant. Thank you. The willpower, the mental strength. That's what I meant. When I said strength, I was thinking mental strength.
I wish we could turn the camera around and show that. It was too much of a fuck around.
Say, of course, right? Like, anyways. I digress.
You can tell how loopy we're getting. Like,
right?
what day even is this? Like,
right?
what day of quarantine or whatever this is this?
I don't know.
19?
I don't know.
Like, when the orders came into social distance, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I've lost track. And I'm starting to lose it, frankly.
Oh, man. I barely knows what day it is, man. I barely know what day. Yeah. Shout out Fork Restaurant. For fucking real, man. That place, I cannot wait to go there when this is all over. Fork Restaurant just threw me in their Instagram story. Fork Restaurant is like top-notch shit. They just represented Newfoundland up in culinary arts, some culinary competition up in, I believe it was Ottawa, Ontario, somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Man, they're unreal. They're mobile.
Have you been there?
Heard of this place?
Yeah, oh, right. That's the place that I remember you woke me up one morning when you're on the phone with them trying to figure out where they were. Yes. Don't look at me like that. Remember you were getting whatever that stuff for Nevin and his missus?
Yeah, Sarah.
And then you went up and ate there at the time. Didn't you at the
I
same
didn't
time?
eat, no, but I did go there. And we were closed when I was there.
Oh, okay.
Cause yeah, I got gifts. I got like a free night for my brother and his wife at the Whale House Inn down in Mobile.
Sweetheart.
And then for them to just get away, and I get like gift certificates for the kids for the rec room. So the gift was like because my brother and his wife, they're savages, man. They work so hard. Like they work so hard, it's insane. And then they got 2 young daughters. Like I don't know how they do it, right? Like I'm a comic with no children, and I find life hard enough. Right?
Yeah.
They're like working like real stressful jobs with 2 youngsters. Like I don't know. So I'm like, listen, take a night off of life, go out and live on a cliff for a night, get away from everybody, and then the kids have a fun night with fun Uncle Colin, and go to the rec room and play a bunch of games and go get Minchies or whatever, and go back home, flick on whatever movie he wants until they pass out or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like give them a night off. And then I was going down to Fork, and they were closed. But that's the plan.
Gonna be closed for a while yet, I'd say.
What a bunch of shit this is, man. Like, it's awesome. I seen high school exams got canceled today. Can you imagine, man?
Yeah.
Being in high school right now? Man. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like, I was just living the dream. Not affected. Not affected really by the virus. Hardly anyone of that age.
Can, but, like,
I mean...
like, the chances of it, they got, like, 99% chance of survival.
Yeah. And then just home. I mean, I'm sure you're fucking sick of being with your parents, though, locked up.
No, they're not.
Playing games, I suppose? I don't know.
They're locked in their bedrooms or in their rec rooms. They're living the dream, man. If I was in high school going through this, man, it would be the best year of my life. Yeah. I was hooked. When I was in high school, all I did was road hockey and fucking and Xbox / computer. Like, or PlayStation, N64, or whatever. Like, that's all it was.
Masturbation.
A lot of that, sir. Right? But it's just like, yeah, like, I'd just be down in the, like, Dad would be playing his Mahjong. My dad, by the way. Did you ever hear about that game, Mahjong?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he got,
the tiles and shit?
Oh, man. Did he ever get crazy good, phenomenal. He used to beat the game. The top 10, he had them all in under 3 minutes. Do you know how hard it is to beat the game in under 5? It's insane. The dad was under 4. Like, under 4 minutes, man. Like 3.5. Anything over 3 is like, right? It's Dad was doing like 2 minutes and 58, 2 minutes 59. I think he had his record like 2:54 or something, which is insane. Like, I mean, like, I was a gamer and this and that, and like, you know, and I would spend hours at it, and you know, when you're a kid, like, your head is like a sponge, and you like, that's why you see these kids on Guitar Hero that are like 7 years old, like you know, yeah. Here I am in junior high, and I'm playing it, man, and like, man, I might have got it under 4 twice. Dad had everything under 3. Like, he got savage. So that's what Dad
You matched the tiles, right? That's what it was.
You matched the tiles. And Dad so Dad would be playing that in the evenings, right? Watch news and then play that if he wasn't gone trouting.
Or sleep.
Yeah, sleep. That's what Dad did. Dad used to sleep, watch news and sleep, and and then play Mahjong. Or when trouting season opened after supper, he was gone trouting and he'd come back and go to bed. That was Dad. And then Mom was always whatever she was at, like watching TV or doing whatever, and I had a whole record to myself, and that's what I used to do every night. Man, I got so addicted. For anyone that knows me, knows like I got like when I was in high school, I was so addicted to this game, America's Army.
Yeah,
like we were ranked. Our clan was ranked. We were ranked 8th in the world. I got so like so. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine that fat fuck Colin right now in high school. Like, not having, like, I hated school, man. I hated school. Like, I loved going to school and hanging with friends.
Yeah, you loved being there, but you hated having to pay attention.
I loved lunchtime.
Can't imagine it.
I loved lunchtime. I loved it. I hated class and homework. Barely did it, sir.
I can see it.
Fuck, I hated it. You know what? One thing probably, I hated it, man. Was parent teacher interview. Fuck, I hated that. That was so bad, man. I never used to my parents. Never, ever, ever let them know. I hope that if they didn't hear it on the radio or whatever.
On the radio?
Yeah.
What? I'd never heard of that. Parent-teacher interviews on the radio. Like the announcement of them.
So we had a radio station in Marystown called CHCM.
Okay, so you're talking about AM.
AM radio.
Okay, like not real radio. Like almost music. AM radio.
Well, VOCM. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but who the fuck listens to that anyway?
The Bay. That's all you, dude. I delivered newspapers for the Bay, and I lived in it. Trust me. You go to everyone's house, man. That's that was on. No one listens to
the most
FM.
depressing radio in the world.
Oh, it is something else. But I still listen to Open Line. Paddy Daly's the man. I love him. But yeah, once he's
man, I used to love Baz Jameson. Is that you, Baz? First time listener, long time caller. That's completely backwards.
So I used to so I'm a big fan of Open Line. I am. And
couldn't be bothered with, sir, but go ahead.
Oh, I love dude, Open Line is like the most entertaining show in Canada. And you listen to Open Line. I listen to like an Open Line AM, Open Line radio station. Remember when I was in Alberta working on the rigs, because it was one of the only radio stations we could get. And it sucked. People were way too smart.
Yeah.
Way too smart. No fun. No. Real discussions. You listen to that? The characters that he has to try to handle. It's the best.
It's the best, but also like sometimes infuriating.
Yeah.
Like the last time I tuned in, they were like, "Come down to the Legion for the seal flipper dinner." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh man, but I used to listen to George McLaren. Okay, so Nightline used to, because they used to have 3 open lines. They had whatever was in the morning, whatever that was.
Crosstalk
or something. Backtalk, I think it was.
Okay.
Or whatever it was.
I don't know.
Okay, and then in the noon, crosstalk CBC with Cecil Hare. But now Cecil Hare's gone to someone else, which is stupid. Cecil was fucking awesome. And then they had Open Line in the noon, and then it was Nightline in the evening. And Nightline used to be 8 to 12. 8 to 12, sir. No, Jesus. It used to be 10 to 1. 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. used to be Nightline. People calling in, man. 12:30, quarter to 1, calling in. Everyone, man, I'm telling you, that show was fire. that show, and it was George McLaren. And I used to go to bed listening. In grade 5 was when I started listening to Open Line and Nightline. And I used to go to bed. So it was grade 5. And it was time. My bedtime when I was in grade 5 was 10 o'clock. And I'd be like, perfect. Nightline. And I used to go to bed, and I listened to Nightline, and I used to turn it on and go to sleep too. Like, I'd fall asleep to it, but I would never fall asleep to it. I would listen to it till 1 a.m. every time. I might trail off after midnight if the calls got slow and boring or whatever, and I might fall asleep between 12 and 1. But usually it was until 1 o'clock, and then it was over, and I would turn it off. And then I'd pass out, and I'd be up 7 o'clock, 7:30, get ready for school. I did that from grade 5 right up to grade 12. Well, no, that's a lie. Up until grade 10, because in grade 11, that's when I got addicted to that game, America's Army. That I got good at.
Goodbye, Open Line.
So, right? So, yeah, goodbye, Open Line. Hello, America's Army. Right? And then I used to be up playing that video game till 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
The downslide begins.
Oh, man. Let me tell you. Oh, man.
Enter Fat Colin.
No. It was just a continuation of Fat Colin. I got fat. I started to get, what? Around grade 4. Is when I started to get fat. Grade 1 and 2 and 3, I was keeping up with most of the pack for the most part. And then that was it.
Shout out Marie Hollett for packing the LBs on you.
Oh my God. How many chicken nuggets and like snack packs with dressing and gravy and double bacon cheeseburgers did I have at 11 o'clock at night when Mom got home from work? A lot. Oh man.
Oh man.
And whenever I'm on it, I just ate like shit.
I know, man. I saw pictures of you like when I didn't. I was like, oh man, Buddy has to lay off the butter sandwiches, sir.
I remember I was in grade 8, and my brother's buddy told me, Because I was there just smashing the face off myself. Fucking big old bag of chips. Here I am, like 13 years old. Big old bag of chips, bars, ice cream, everything. And he was, and his buddy Darren was a health freak. And he's like, I'm worried about you. And I could see it. He was dead. He was joking. He was, you're going to have a heart attack before high school. And I was like,
but he's a health freak. He just eats Subway. That's Colin's definition of a health freak.
No.
He ate good fast food.
No, not Darren. Darren was like legit. But
Bay takeouts though, man. Like my first experience of, I told you this already, was down in Bonavista. Vista.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. There's another one. Shout out, just off Pickett's Road there in Bay Roberts.
California Patrol and up the 45 Pickett's Road.
It's in what's that place called? It's Butlerville.
Yeah.
I think it's called Mountain View Takeout. Man,
Yeah.
the chicken strips up there, buddy, are fire.
Man, E&E. Have you had that?
Oh, out in that's like just out in Bay Roberts somewhere too.
Yeah,
that's good too.
Yeah, dude, the deep fried Mars bars. Not sure that everyone's doing, but there's a bunch of places doing it. But they put that on the map, and their onion rings are sauvage, right? They're like hula hoops, man. They're so big. So onion rings,
Yeah,
big old.
I just had them recently because Mountain View was closed.
Right.
Because that's my spot. Like I had it. I don't know. I was loaded one time, and I ate 5-piece chicken strips and poutine the fries, and then I wasn't hungover the next day, and I thought it was magical. There's something.
I eat much healthier than I did as a kid, but man, like I still am a fiend. Well, you know that we went when we get together. I got such. I mean, we grew up owning a Bay takeout, right? And it's just like that fat fuck still lives inside me. And when I'm around the Bay, there's nothing. It's more. It's more to me than just the feed. It's the nostalgia that comes with it. So it's like it's just my brain is banging on all cylinders when I'm around the Bay and gets a Bay takeout. And every town got a Bay takeout, and they're almost all of them are unbelievable.
What was it? Like it was in Birchie Bay, Phillips or Phil's or what was it?
No, Nick's.
Nicky's. No, it was Nick's
Nick's.
takeout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually saw you. Colin,
down now.
everybody, you got to listen to this. Colin's driving along and wants to go to this takeout
So
when we're
bad.
driving back from Tullingate.
Oh.
And we come to the turnoff, and I didn't want to do it because I had just eaten Bay food for like 4 days straight, and I wanted something sensible. And I was like, no, I don't want to go down there. I just want to go home and like get something sensible. What that might be, I don't know. Colin struggled. It was like there was a demon on the steering wheel. And he was just like, and like, I'm pretty sure you chirped the tires jerking her back on the road. And then we didn't go. And I said, you know what? You don't even know if that fucking place is open. So we look it up, and it's permanently closed. Okay? So then it's permanently closed. And Colin goes, you're not serious. Well, I'm glad we didn't go down there then.
Yeah.
And then we're driving along in silence for about 3 minutes. And he goes, that's some sad, man. Closed permanently. I'm gutted about that. Like I can't even. That's all I've been thinking about for the last 5 minutes. That's the saddest I've ever seen you. Was a Bay takeout closed.
I was so heartbroken. No, because it's so much more than a place. Like we had a takeout. And we closed it. And I know what that means.
It means the community's falling apart,
The
sir.
community is dying. That's the one. These little communities that got that one little Bay takeout. That's the one bright spot that's left to the town. When lots of times when that goes, man, it's depressing, and it means so much. It's more than just a spot closing, man, and it's just like. Oh,
it's also
and not to mention, I was also depressed because anyone who's had Nicky's or Nick's or whatever the fuck it was called in Birchie Bay knows what I'm talking about. That place was unbelievable. The prices, you know, when the place closed down, they had prices from 1992. I don't think they ever changed it. You could go in there, get what was called a Nick's Mess, which was this big old feed of wedge fries, turkey, dressing, gravy, onions.
And cheese.
And I think and cheese and big old plate, and it'd be like $5.50. You could get a lobster sandwich, real lobster, big like jam full, $6. Their chef's salad was unreal. It was like I don't know where the fuck they found the fresh lettuce.
Tomatoes the size of beach balls.
I think it's shaped like volleyballs.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, oh, dude.
Some tomatoes like beet rocks, sir.
Dude, they had calamari, which was like the most expensive thing on the menu, and it was like $8, and it was unreal. You could go there, spend $20, and you were getting 3 meals, my son. It was unreal. It tastes wicked. The only other place that I had calamari as good as that place was a spot out in Placentia. Three Sisters. What's someone saying? Saying something funny?
No, I'm not even. I'm just laughing at this. How passionate you are about Bay Takeouts.
I'm so passionate about Bay Takeout. I've wanted to do what?
It's incredible. Have you ever looked at a menu you didn't remember?
I wanted to do yeah. Like I did like no. I'm just thinking, Liam. Like I love takeout, but like Bay takeouts because they're just like you can't like, and you don't have them in St. John's the same. You just don't. You got to go around the Bay, and everyone that loves Bay takeouts knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
They are just next level. The closest thing St. John's got to it is Scampers, and that's deadly. If you're looking for a greasy feed.
I'm telling you, I wasn't lying. He was the saddest I've ever seen him. When he found out Nick's Takeout was closed permanently, not seasonally, that's some sad, man.
Oh.
That's some sad. I knows what that means for the community, see? That means the economy is shot.
Oh man, and it's so good. But like that place in Placentia, what's it called? Three Sisters?
Yeah, la troisième sister.
Oh man, for anybody who's ever at the Placentia, you gotta go to the Three Sisters. It's like you got 2 types of Bay takeouts. You got the real greasy spots that just got wedge fries and French fries and chicken fingers and fish and whatever. And then you got the spot that's like it's that, but they also got goods like they had like seafood chowder out there in this spot, and it was on like a good that's not what I mean, like that's a good meal, and it's unreal. They have a really nice burger, like a nice like a lean meat with goat cheese, fresh veggies and stuff on it. Like they got, but you can also get like your snack pack with dressing gravy too.
Yeah.
That spot was awesome.
Oh, I love that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I was saying, I want like I've always wanted to do a show. Fuck, man. Donnie Love got a goddamn show. Give me a show. They got this one, right? Like, you know what I mean? Going around. That's a fucking, good on him. But, like, he's hustling to get it done, but I want more show. And I want a show where I goes around to all the Bay takeouts. Yes, highlight the takeouts. Around the Bay, talk to the owners, and about that. There's a spot out in St. Mary's Bay, Celtic Knot Pub. What a fucking spot, right? And in one episode, I've done 2 comedy shows there, and it's an on fucking real spot. And maybe have an episode where I'm like eating there today, talking about the owners. Your showcase is about doing a comedy show there at night, right? That'd be one episode. Not bad.
You're gonna be big as a bear again.
No. I'd love that, man.
I suppose you would.
I was thinking land and sea, but for takeouts. Right? But it could, and that's just, but like,
and I want the intro music to be Gasoline by Audioslave.
Burn that gasoline! I was cold in the middle of a long little town.
Literally, Colin can sing AC/DC better than Brian Johnson.
Thunder!
Brian Jones. Brian Johnson? Brian Jones.
I'm braced!
Johnson, yeah.
And I thought, what could I do? And I knew that there was no help from you. Had that.
So we have 2 people left on the stream.
Oh,
no,
shit.
I'm joking, but he was even sadder than when Nick's closed then.
Oh, man, but go to Fork. Back to Fork. Loop it all together. Tie it together, sir. Go to fucking Fork Restaurant. That could be an episode. Right?
Your mother's like, he grew up in G. Roy's Takeout. That's why he's so sentimental about it.
Yes, that's a fact. Mother knows what's up. Yeah, man, like, go to Fork, man. Fork, I want to eat there so bad. I cannot wait to go there when this is all over.
Erica said Nick's is open again, by. This just in.
Oh, man, I fucking knew that was going to open. And I said that.
Don't lie to America.
No, she's from Lewisport. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If that's Erica, we say Smith?
Erica Hart.
Erica Hart.
Yeah. Shout out Erica Hart from
Shout out Erica
maybe
Hart for listening to
Twillingate.
the Colin Hollett podcast, episode 6. I know.
As long as you're not from Summerford. Don't call it Summerford.
I can't believe Baytona is the name of a real fucking town.
Oh, man.
What is with us? I couldn't believe the first time I seen that.
Me neither.
I was way more blown away by that than I was ever by Dildo.
Yeah. Baytona.
Who called it that?
Yeah, remember I told you I was working as a dispatcher for the RCMP, and someone called in complaining about something, and I was like, "All right, sir, where do you live?" And they were like, "Baytona," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" I was like, "No, you." I was like, "Would they drive fast there or something?" Like the Baytona 500. I was like, "No, that's not a real place."
Oh my god, that's unbelievable! Like Baytona. Baytona. You can't even believe it's real. We are the funniest people in Canada, for sure. You can't go anywhere else and it's just ridiculous. It's so unique.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong. like is mobile. Don't even get the roads paved. Mobile. That's what we call that.
Place where you can get around good.
There's another, hey, at Mobile, there's a fish and chip spot out there as well, and that was ranked the best fish and chips. Man, I think it was Newfoundland, but it could have been more. Do you know what yeah, Captain, something like that. The place, the building looks like a boat or something.
Okay, that might be what it is. You had a captain's table.
I've never had their fish and
I broke
chips.
up with a girlfriend there once, yeah.
Ooh.
It was the best decision I ever made.
Uh-huh. Did you tell her that this was the captain speaking before you did it?
Had a bit of pan fried cod and scrunchions and then kicked her to the curb. It was wicked.
Except for it's Mobile and they don't have curbs.
Yeah, they don't have curbs.
Kick her to the dirt on the side of the road. No, man. Yeah. Man, go down.
Mason. Baytona used to be named Gay Harbor or some shit. That's why they changed it.
Boys, we need some more reasonable name. Gay hair. We need some more sensible name here.
How come it wasn't Gaytona then?
Gaytona. Baytona.
Man, it's I chuckle every time I hear the name
did.
or I drive by it.
Dude, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I thought it was like a nickname or something. Like, I couldn't believe it was like the name of the town was Baytona.
Gay Side was what it was called.
Oh, I heard that. Now that you say it, yes, I knew that.
I've never, yeah. Well, it wasn't whatever Mason said.
Come over to the gay side.
Gay Harbor. It wasn't that.
What a homophobic bunch. We need the most like male name. Like Baytona, I don't picture one girl living there.
Yeah, I just remember like bars and sheds, big reds.
Fox gear. Monster energy drinks on the side of the
And
big
a bunch
red.
of Kyles.
Jonathans and Brandons.
Chads.
Oh, man.
Man, did you see that meme? Speaking about the kids and how sick it would be in school for a kid right now. The meme, I just put it on Instagram because I cracked up. And it's like 2017, like grade 12 graduation picture. 2018, like all the people. And then we get to 2020, it's just a bunch of Lego characters. Like, it's just so true because they're not, like, what are they going to put there for it? Just going to clip out, like, people's Facebook profile pictures and just put them in.
I didn't see that. I wish I seen that.
It was, like, it reminded me, I tagged Costa in it because it reminded me of something Costa would laugh at.
Right.
Because it's burnt, like, and they're saying they might not even be going back now till...
Man, yeah, I was saying it today at a press conference too, like even like university and MUN, university is one, fucking yeah, September not going back. Like this shit could be going on till next year. Like that's insane, man. Like what? How? Like it's this crazy. I say. Oh man, yeah, I can't even get over that, man. Like 8 new cases a day, but like Dude, I'd be so excited if I was in school. The only, like, especially high school, junior high and high school. Man, get another year. Sure, and then what have you got to redo the year, right? Or however the hell it's going to work,
No.
right?
Would they?
Well, here's the thing.
That would suck.
But here's the thing. If they don't go back, well, I don't know how it would work.
Man, you gotta just. I mean, they push people ahead that fail. Why can't they
but
push
listen,
everyone
man,
ahead?
the kids haven't been to school. Like, they're going to miss, what? March, April, June. Sure, school, like, a school year is what? 7 months. Right? About 7 months? 8 months.
I think so. Well, it's
8
7.5 months, isn't it? Or 8? No.
Yeah, it's about 7.5 because you take a couple weeks. Yeah, it's about 7 because you got 2 weeks off of Christmas, roughly, and a week off of Easter, isn't it?
Right.
So take them, yeah, and then you miss like pretty much the first week of September. So we'll say about 7 months, and they're gonna miss like 3 months of schooling. So that's like half a year. So if they don't go back in September and they don't go back until January, wouldn't you just do, like, let's just say you're in grade 8 now, wouldn't, like, when you go back in school in January, just do the second half of grade 8, graduate in June, and then in September next year, you go to grade 9. Like, wouldn't that be, like, or are they just going to push everyone with half the fucking grade, and then when they get to school next year, they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing.
How to do line
Because
division.
they weren't taught the first step.
Yeah. That I would think that's what's going to happen.
Oh my God, man! I want to be a teacher, man. I got friends that are teachers now, and like, I mean, it was hard enough being a teacher when I was in school, I'm sure. But like, you can't say shit to the kids because the parents are fucking out of their minds now. The amount of parents that saw it with the kid. What is that? Where was that when I was in school? Man, no matter, even when you know how many times, like there's times that I really wasn't into rhyme, because I used to get blamed for shit that I didn't do because I used to do shit. So sometimes there was times I wasn't doing shit, and I used to get blamed for it, or like, you know what I mean? Like mostly just talking.
No
fucking
shit.
around. Like, I wasn't a bad kid, but like there was times like I used to, you know, the teachers would overreact at me, and you know what it was? It was just being annoyed. It was built up, and then I did something minor, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then sometimes they flip at me for something actually small, when they probably should have flipped at me a few days before that, when it was more legit, right?
Yeah.
So then, but like, the teachers could be something, and no matter what happened, it was always, what did you do? And I could explain myself, and it didn't matter if I was in the right or wrong. It didn't matter. I was getting the head chewed off me by Dad, and scolded by Mom, right? And like, but now it's like, you said what to my son? You said what to my daughter?
See, that was going on though. Like when I was in school, it just wasn't as many.
Man, there was one girl. Her name was Melissa.
Ooh, name dropping.
And I'm not saying her last name, but she used to all the time threaten the teachers. "Well, I'll get my mom after you." I never heard anyone like, she always say her mom. I don't know where the fuck her father was at, but she used to say, but she used to say all the time. She'd say, yeah, she's like, you talk to me like that one more time, and I'll have my mom calling the principal on you. She used to say that. She used to threaten the teachers. She used to threaten the teachers, man, all the fucking time. I would never.
That's infuriating me thinking about it.
Oh my God, and I think her mom would. Her mom used to side with her all the time, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But she was the only one. The rest of us, man, we used to get the shit, verbally get the shit kicked out of us by our parents. We were, you know, if the teacher told us something, the parents would be like, yeah, listen to your teacher, right? And now it's like, I got so many friends who are teachers, and they can't say shit to to their students. They want to tell their students off. They want to do this and that, but they got to watch this, they got to watch that, they got to say this, and you know, and they're just like,
go fuck yourself. What was that, sir? Nothing.
Oh man, it's just like, so can you, like, and it's a hard gig, man. Like, when we had those budget cuts come down, they started doing, there's classrooms still with multiple grades in one classroom. That's crazy in today's world. That only makes sense in like dying communities, maybe. But there's schools here in the city that got multiple grades in one classroom since the budget cuts. Like, that's insane. I went into school over on the West End. One day I was doing a full day of teaching comedy to different kids. So like first period I was teaching grade 3, second period grade 4s, et cetera, et cetera. I was going to the classroom, and I remember like I was in classrooms where like this classroom is grade 4s and 5s in one classroom, and it wasn't just for my thing. It was they, and this is here in St. John's, man.
Mm.
It's so hard for them now. So can you imagine like having
If they're all stupid next year?
Yeah, right. You got to try to. So it's almost like you know what I mean. You got to teach them. You got to pound it into their heads something they don't even understand from because they never were even taught it last year. Like, oh man, like if you're a teacher who actually cares, you're actually passionate about your job, and you give a shit about the kids and yada yada. Man, it's got to be infuriating, right?
Yeah, but there's only like a certain percentage of kids that retain anything they hear anyway. You know what I mean?
I guess.
There's like 15% of smart kids in a class that would that actually remember stuff and want to better themselves. The only reason anyone else does is because their parents are like, well, you got to do this and go do general studies. I
don't know, man. When I grew up, man, a lot of kids were smart and like used to like give a shit and used to get upset if they never got certain grades and stuff.
I had maybe 4 of those weirdos in my class.
Weird. Well, all of those people are off having successful lives. They're not so fucking weird now. The ones I know.
Sure, we're all the same now in this pandemic, aren't we?
We're all the same about now. You were smart, weren't you?
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to do anything because, yet again, not to bring it up, I was in a cult.
You could go to university?
No, I'm not allowed. Not allowed to go to university. Higher learning is frowned upon. You hear that terminology? Frowned upon.
Well, see, it's funny, hey? Like, different people take it different ways. Because, like, I was, my buddy Brent, his mother was Jehovah. I guess his father was too. I don't know. And like,
what's the last name?
You know, I'm not gonna name drop fully, but just cause. But whatever. But we talked about it before.
Oh, yes.
But like,
but they weren't real Jehovah's Witnesses. Right. They were like 1 foot on base.
Right. So yeah, because he was one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. He was insanely smart, man. He finished high school. I don't know when he had like a 98 average or something ridiculous. And like he used to finish subjects at the end of the year, get his report card, and have like 100. Like finish the subject with a 100 and the final report card. Like he had a bunch of them. Like that's insane, man. Not 99, not 92, like 100. Like that's insane to me.
Was he well liked?
Yeah, decently enough. Yeah, pretty well liked. Pretty well liked guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. But he, man, oh man, but he went to university and he did pharmacy, and then graduated pharmacy, and then as soon as he graduated, he said, fuck, I don't know, we were in med school.
Yeah, I knew he was a doctor.
Yeah, and now he's a doctor who's also a pharmacist. I mean, that's like, he's so smart. He's so smart. It's insane, man. But like, yeah, he went to university.
Yeah. Well, like my family believed that the end of the world was going to come like every other day, like next day. So like when God killed everybody else and kept Jehovah's Witnesses alive, what's going to be the need for an education when you're riding around on orcas and, got a zebra for a pet?
Dude, I'm telling you, we're going to have it when this is all done and it gets whatever. I'm telling you, getting another camera here, better lighting, and we're doing, couple camera angles, cut it nice, make it look, it's going to be the next level. This is just like a prototype of what I want it to be like for now during this. But when we get that, because I want to do it right, I don't give a shit if the episode's 3 hours long. We are having, man, your life story is fucking fascinating to me, and I keep learning shit.
Yeah, like
once we get talking and riffing, there's gonna be more stuff coming that I don't even know yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's bananas.
Right? Bananas. No, I definitely wanna get you. Man, what a crazy.
Yeah, like not allowed to do university. So I didn't give a shit if I was good at high school. I passed. I got like second class honors. I got like a 79 average or something like that or whatever. And but I didn't try. I missed 57 days of high school, man, in grade 12 to go out knocking on doors, telling people about the Bible. 57 days, like with a note, like he's permission to not be in school today from my mother. Yeah. And I love that because I
See?
hate.
That's another. I never knew that.
Yeah. There's like 104. I don't even know how many school days there are. Like 130, 140 or something. Like when it's all weekends are taken out and holidays. And I was gone for like 58 of them or 57 or something. Knocking on doors selling Bibles. Like little Jova.
Like, you know what, man? How is that even fucking legal, man?
They don't listen to the governments, and they follow their own rules.
Yeah, but my point is, then that would make it illegal.
Like they follow like the speed limit and stuff like that.
But what I'm saying is that it is legal. It's not illegal for them to have, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I get, man, it's legal for a religion to be hauling you out of school to go knock on doors. How is there not something in place for that?
Man, Religious Freedom Act is like it gets in the way of all that. See, like you can't really hassle somebody about what it is that they do, because that's like part of your worship technically, you know. And you couldn't even do it back then. I bet you can't even do it now with all the 2020 stuff going on, everyone's rights and all that, you know. Bananas, what?
It is bananas. Yeah, down south, down in America, that's a whole other. I mean, their rights and their freedoms and religions and all this stuff. Man, you see people in Alabama that are getting knocked up from rape. Did you see the missus? She got knocked up from a rape, pregnant from a rape, aborted the baby, and she got life. I'm pretty sure it was life in prison because she aborted the baby. Black woman in down the States and Alabama.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that happened. I think that was a pretty popular story there last summer, probably. Because abortion, like Alabama and a couple other places are like very anti-abortion.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Keep the baby. And she went somewhere. She got raped, man.
Yeah.
Raped, like legit raped. And
as opposed to not.
no, but
legitimately.
like you know what I mean, man. Like that's so intense, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know, fuck off.
Oh,
You know, I'm not. Anyways,
No, we're not making light of it.
it's just like, yeah, because it's insane, man. Like it's insane, and she got more time than the rapist. If I'm not mistaken, the rapist got I feel like he got 12 to 15 years. And she got
right.
20.
He gets out before her.
Yeah, and she gets 25 to life.
She must have appealed that.
Man, I'm sure she did, but here's the other thing too. Like, you couldn't afford a lawyer. And it's Alabama, man. And they don't fuck around with abortions. Like, they're so, especially since Trump is independent.
Yeah, I know.
And
It just got more strict.
Yeah.
down there. Yeah.
They passed a law recently about that. I remember seeing it being shared a bunch there in the last year or two. It's insane. It's depressing. It's insanely intense. I don't know how we got on this topic, but it's crazy, man.
About how religions are religious
Oh
beliefs
yeah,
are
the
crazy.
power they have. Fuck, man.
Yeah, Patty Hanlon. Not the same thing, but similar. Leah Remini, Scientology, and the aftermath. That's about Jehovah's Witnesses. That's the one.
I don't understand.
Huh?
I don't understand.
Well, she did a show because she was a Scientologist, right?
Oh, the missus from
Leah Remini, King of Queens.
King of Queens,
My
yeah.
back is getting
I
tired.
haven't watched it, but I heard it's an amazing thing.
It is,
to
yeah.
watch.
It's nuts.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's that woke a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses up
I would hope so.
because you're just at home. It's on TV. That's the thing. Because back before there was internet, it was easy to brainwash somebody.
Yeah.
Because you're too lazy to go to the library and check out if it's real or what they're telling you or not.
Yeah.
Pick up an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
But now that there's internet and you can just Google it, and then you bring it up, right? So it's like that, except now it's on your TV and people are watching it with their popcorn. Right. I know of a guy who just bailed and pulled a shoot on the whole Jehovah's Witness thing recently. I went and had a beer with him, and he said that he watched the special and kind of didn't tell his wife that he had woken up. She was still
right. I remember you
going.
telling me about this guy.
Yeah, she was still brainwashed to a degree. And then when the commercial came on, she said, "Wow, that's about Jehovah's Witnesses." God, like, are we allowed to watch that? And he's like, well, sure, why not? Like, let's give it a watch, kind of being cash about it.
Yep.
And then after they watched it, they both decided to, like, give it up, like, just right then and there. Like, yeah, well, I guess, because it's so good, it exposes all the bullshit about it, right?
Right.
But you gotta be open to it at the same time. You gotta
Right.
have a reason to not want to.
Right, and like, and everyone listen. And I don't want to shit too much on religion in life or on this podcast or like that. Like, I don't think religion is the worst thing in the world. I really don't. And I think it serves a lot of good in a lot of ways. And I know a lot of good people who go to church and who are religious and all that stuff. I got no problem. But it's just like this stuff, man. Like this cult stuff. This is different. Like this is so next level when you get so deep into it. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff I got a problem with. Just like, like you're saying, you like this insane brainwashing. You can't go to university and you can't socialize and have friends that are outside of the religion because it's not a religion, it's a cult. It's like that. Like that's stuff I got a problem with, man. If you're a Catholic, Salvation Army, Pentecostal, United, Anglican, fucking Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever, man, I'm cool. I'm down for all of it because the core of all of it, I believe, is good. It's when you get too deep down the rabbit holes and what makes the denominations different, and you get too nitpicky. That's when religion gets weird and stupid and whatever. But like I'm a big fan personally of like the core roots of religion and living life that way.
Yeah.
Do unto others you want done to you.
Yeah, like the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, Ten Commandments, stuff like that. And I think it's a good way, and if going to church every Sunday kind of keeps you in line to live life like that, then so be it. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a sense of community and stuff for you and whatever. Like I support that. I do, but not everyone does. But that's fine. I do. I don't do it, but for anyone who does want to do it,
yeah,
I support it. It's when you get down these cults, man. Fuck off. I hate them.
Yeah.
I got no time for that.
They prey on the poor and like the immigrants and like the weak ones. Like my mom was a single mom. You know what I mean? Just like barely keeping afloat.
Yeah.
And it's like they just love bomb me, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like a model. There's like a bite model. It's BITE. I can't remember what all of them was, but the first one is bombing, love bombing.
Yeah.
And it means that like they'll bring you, they'll give you gas for your car, they'll bring you groceries, and then you're like, man, these people are the nicest people in the world.
Right.
Like, where have these people been all my life? And
Right.
then they start telling you what they believe, and then you're sort of inclined to believe it because of how nice they are.
Right.
And then here you go, you're spiraling into the cult, and you're getting sucked down a black hole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Always preying on the weak, man. I've seen it so much, and then a lot of them do that. It's you get them in. We give you all these things. Come in now, and then you get them in, and then and they're not all like that, man. Like I've seen a lot of good people, and I've seen churches do a lot of good things. I have, and there's a place for it. I truly, I like a world with religion and church more than maybe one without one. Like if there's I don't know. I can see that too. I don't know. It can bring it's such a topic thing. Like it can bring a sense of community and love and stuff. But it's just when it's done right. It's like ending, man. You can take ending and twist it. It's okay. People look at if you're Muslim, you're a terrorist, and you look at Islam as an evil religion and stuff. It's not, right?
Obviously, that's a chimp view of it.
Right, but it's not. It's a normal, loving religion. It's when you go down extremism, right? And that's where it gets weird, and that's where it's a real problem.
And that's what Jehovah's Witnesses is an extremist version of Christianity. Right?
Exactly.
Whenever you take it to the extreme, I mean that's why that's an expression. Don't take it to the extreme.
Right.
Right? And then just use it for what it's good for. Like
yes.
When someone dies, it's nice to know that sort of kind of believe they're gone somewhere or whatever you want to believe. And when someone gets married, to have a nice extravagant wedding in a church, and just use it. Go there, midnight mass, Monday Pond loaded, right? Go down to St. Teresa's with a jag on.
St. baristas with a Jagger. Oh man, I remember one time, man. So like I said, I used to go to Salvation Army Church, and then I went to Pentecostal Church in high school, and I because they had more youth group there, and there's more people my age there, and like a lot of the beliefs lined up. They're very similar.
Yeah.
And so then I ended up going for like the first year or two that I moved into St. John's, and then I got out of it. But I remember like even when I was going to St. John's, like like generally speaking, the Pentecostals are more extreme than people in the Salvation Army.
100%, man. They're talking in tongues in there.
Oh man, just a bunch of stuff, man. Don't get me started. But like one thing that they're both against is like is drinking is a big thing. They're really against like partying and drinking. And I'm in St. John's, and I started drinking and stuff, and like just being 21, being 22, you know what I mean, and whatever. And there was a few times I showed up to church Sunday morning with a hangover. Pentecostal church, and I'm the only one there that's hungover. I'm the only one there that's probably had a beer in the last 5 years, or, you know what I mean. And I had one last night, or whatever. And like the looks that I got, man, that I got. Like,
I can imagine the reek coming off you. You're like, I had a beer. You were shitter down to Shamrock, weren't you?
Well, Shamrock didn't exist then, but yes, I would be shitter.
Yes, it did, my son.
I'd be like, when I was that age, I was probably like, when I was like 22, like the popular spots were like Sundance was the big one because you had Club One, Sundance, Beer Garden, and then I guess Atomic Dusk, whatever it was. Like it was all connected. And you get $10, and everyone went there because it was huge. You could kill the whole night there. Hour in this bar, hour in that bar. Like, roughly speak, whatever. Everyone was there. That was the spot for a few years, and then the Martini Bar got really popular then for like a year or two. That was before you had to be 25 to get in. You had to wear a suit and shit.
Man, that was some stupid, man.
Yeah.
Had to wear a suit and tie to go there.
And so if you could be like 23 and get in, like it was like a bit, oh, not supposed to be in here. You know what I mean? Like even though you're 23 and stuff, and just like, yeah. So, but I remember showing up a few times, like, and man, just like my buddy Jeff, one of my best friends. You know Jeff? He
oh yeah.
He up in Edmonton.
Yeah, that's
now.
right.
But like I remember one time, like he could see I was wearing last night's clothes. And he could smell it off me and stuff. And he just busted laughing. He's like, man, he said, you're hilarious, dude. Like, just to come here like that. I'm like, man, like, yeah, shouldn't be judged, right?
Oh man, Patty Hanlon just put the link to the Jehovah's Witness Scientology episode in the chat.
Shout out Independent Taxi.
So if you wanna, I'm telling you, this guy is not just a taxi driver. He does so much more for us.
He's a man of the people.
Man of the fucking people. I mean, I'm sorry for swearing, Patty.
It's definitely something to watch for sure. I'll probably check that out tonight, actually, when this is over with. I guess we should recap what's going on just briefly. So after an hour of opening banter, so Dominion closed down. You see that?
On Stavanger.
Stavanger. They had an employee got sick, tested positive for COVID, and so they're man, dude, it costs calls $130,000.
I heard 104.
Okay, I heard 130. Yeah. Either way, over 100,000. Who cares at this point? And that's for calls. How much is it going to cost, man, for Dominion?
I wish I could ask Santa Clean. I think Santa Clean cleans Dominions. I know the guy.
Man, that's gotta be a huge bill. $500,000 minimum. If they're gonna do it the same way Calls did.
I don't know. Wouldn't you just shut it down for 3 days until like the incubation period is over for you to get sick?
They said sanitize it, and if that was the case, why didn't Calls just shut down? Why did they pay $100,000? They're probably made by public health and safety to fucking clean it. Well, because here's the point. You know what it is, I would say? Because you probably have to shut it, because it can live on some services for like 14 to 17 days. So the money that they would miss out on in 14 to 17 days is probably more than $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper to pay the $100,000 and reopen it in a couple days than it is to keep it closed for a couple weeks. Because it's like, oh, okay, I can keep it closed for 3 days and lose $100,000 in cleaning, or I can keep it closed for 2 weeks and lose $500,000 in sales.
Yeah.
or I'm using that as hypothetically
Yeah.
speaking. Like that, I guess that's the logic behind it. Unless public health and safety is making them do it. But I would also think public health and safety would be cool with them doing nothing if they kept it closed for an X period of time. But who knows? I don't know. Right? But yeah, so that's crazy, man. It's just that's frightening though. When like the employees of like the hospital, the grocery store, the post office, man, when they get it, fuck.
Yeah, they're just like they're just passing it around.
Cause yeah, right. That's huge. You know what I hate too, by the way, is these questions every fucking day. Heard it again about how many are related to that or something about the funeral home, and they always want to know about being related. Man, like essentially like every case is related to that funeral home. That's when the bomb went off. Because even if you got it from someone who wasn't at the funeral home, well, that person probably got it off someone who was at the funeral home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it could be 7-8 times removed. It's still linked to the funeral home.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they keep talking about this many. Like I heard there's like what someone was saying. It was like 80 cases are linked to the funeral home. It's like no, but like of that 174 that's here on the Avalon, like 170 like are linked to the funeral home.
It's
like,
funny because it's like only for them would it be good and bad for business at the same time.
the irony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's some lot of shit. Oh, dude, did you see the article where it was like so the missus that died, the funeral, the one the funeral was for. She died from diabetes complications.
Okay.
And there's an article about how like her family, because this college funeral home has been such a shit show that it's actually taken away from her and properly being able to mourn their daughter, buddy's girlfriend
Right.
and stuff, because it's like, and what a mind fuck it is for them.
Right.
Like here they are trying to mourn their loved one.
Yeah.
And now now it's almost like it's like this dark cloud around her funeral and her death.
Yeah.
And like they're not getting to properly do it. And one guy in Brigus pretty much got shunned from his town. The person who owned the grocery store. I'd like to know the full story on that. I think they make it sound worse than it is. I'd like to really know the full story. But there was a person at the funeral home. I'm not sure if it was the boyfriend of Mrs. or not, or it was somebody different. But somebody was at the funeral home living in Brigus. The person who owns a grocery store in Brigus called a buddy and told him that he's not welcome at the grocery store. And he was talking about how he's like getting shunned from the town. But see, that seems weird to me, right? Because like if it's on paper and you read the article, it sounds horrible, right? But like, yeah, like they're probably like, hey, listen, you're not welcome here until your quarantine's up. Just giving you the heads up. Like, what's wrong with that phone call? Just to make sure that there isn't that they don't, you know what I mean?
still don't get what you're saying. The guy that owns the grocery store in Brigus called the guy that
Somebody who was at the funeral who lives in Brigus.
Okay.
He knew he was at the funeral home, which is surrounded by COVID. Like, it's the biggest news story in Newfoundland, right? And it's pretty much like almost everyone there who was at the funeral home got sick with the virus,
Right.
right? So I guess he doesn't want to risk it getting his grocery store contaminated.
Okay, makes sense. I'm following.
Right. So, but he called up Buddy, like, personally. I don't know how he got his number.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody knows everybody out there.
Exactly. And told me he wasn't welcomed in the grocery store. But, like, I hate news articles like that because it's so fucking Dude, if you read the article, it sounds horrific. It sounds horrible. It's brutal. Like, it sounds so out of line. But, like, I feel like it's half-assed. Like, I'd like to... Why didn't they interview the person from the grocery store? Or are they planning on doing a follow-up interview? They better, because that's brutal. That looks brutal. I'm the owner of the grocery store. If I own that grocery store, I'll be fucking rotted that's in the news article. Without coming to me and asking me for my side of the story. And asking me, like, my side, what I actually said to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and yeah, the article is a very doom and gloom article about how, like, everyone's turned on each other, blah, 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 like, right? And there is definitely some of that going on, I'm sure, right? But, like, Like, fuck off.
Makes sense. You don't want makes sense. You don't want him in there. You still, I don't know.
Now's not the time to be turning on each other at all. At all. Like, but you gotta take, like, calling someone out on their shit or being cautionary isn't also turning on each other. You know what I mean? There's a line. And it can't be taken that way. I think people are being great overall. Overall. I'll tell you who's being the worst, in my experience, is older people.
Yeah.
In my experience, man, I went out yesterday and I had to pick up just a couple quick things at Marie's.
Yeah.
Right? In, out. And I was keeping my distance from everyone. Right? And, man, this fucker, man, I could have killed him. He he goes, I'm there in the lineup. And I'm keeping, like, more than I mean you away, man. Like, I'm keeping, 6 feet, man. I'm keeping 8 to 10 feet from this guy, right?
Yeah.
And he looks over his shoulders, and he comes and gets right in my face. And I had to go back, and I banged into the chip rack. I said, dude, whoa. I said, what? I said right there, and I turned heads. I said, 6 fucking feet, man. I never told you about this. I was some fucking, dude, and I took my fist like that. I said, dude, like, what are you, like, I went like that with that hand, and I went like that with that one. Like, I was just like, buddy goes, he turns around, and Buddy's like 50 years old, and he goes, oh, you're the buddy on Facebook, you're the buddy on, you know the fucking videos, don't you? And I was just like, what are you doing?
Is it Marie's?
In Marie's. And I'm like, I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Right? And it was just like, dude, and then he was like, he gave me like the oh yeah, right, that nonsense was like his response was, I can't tell you, I don't, because I was such a blur, but like what he said and his tone and his body language and whatever was like, yeah, right, like that nonsense, like I don't have COVID, man, right? And like, and it's like 2 things. 1, you don't know that. And 2, maybe I got it.
I just want to see you walking up,
I don't
like,
know it.
in theory, if he did catch it and then passed away, I want to see you go to his funeral
I tell you what.
and walk up to his casket and go, and just do your little tap thing on it.
Nuance thing.
All right, here we are.
Oh man, I got my truck and I seen 2 or 3 fellas, man, 55 plus sitting apparently, and they were all, man, shoulder to shoulder, and they all like intersected. They don't live, like, they're all grown men, married, probably youngsters, right? Like 55 plus men. All in the parking lot, shoulder to shoulder, circling around having to be getting to laugh, and it's just like, man, generally speaking, the younger crowd are safe from this. We're shutting everything down.
Yeah.
To help the people, like, we're stopping our lives to help the elderly and the people who might be sick. Like, the rest of us are stopping it all for you, and then you guys are at the fucking shoulder to shoulder, and you're seeing young people, like, are really doing a good job. Like, in the couple times I've been at the grocery store, and then at the Marie's, and just see people, like, maybe driving by, you're looking at parking lots, I'm seeing young people taking this very seriously.
Right.
Like, they're very hip to it. And it's like the old people, like, they're fucking, it's like, it's not fucking hitting them that this is for you. In my experience, like, you got that buddy who's 80 years old that tested for COVID, was told you have to isolate until you get your results, and he goes to Costco.
Yeah. I also heard that might have been unconfirmed still, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you mean.
Right?
I think that might be, I think I said this before, but I think that might be like an actual positive thing of social media. Like, I actually hate social media lately, but at the same time, it does keep younger people and more people that are on it in check.
Yeah.
Because there's more people calling you out and holding you accountable. But like, if you're older and you're just watching the news, you know, it's like social distance, keep it, but it's no, like, they're just like, yeah, whatever, that's in Toronto, but. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it
yeah.
is.
Well, around the bay, you seen that today, man. Like, and I get it. I mean, sometimes it's hard here to do the right thing, but like around the bay where there's no cases of it, and you're around the bay and you've always done things your own way. That's half the fun of being around the bay, right? You're away from the city, and it's a bit, you know, a bit more loose with stuff. You know what I mean? But like Lewisport and Cornerbrook, like, there was a lineup for Sobeys. I think it was in Cornerbrook. And the lineup outside, everyone's like, they're going to see their favorite fucking movie, man. Everyone's like, they can't wait to get in. Tight like that.
Where was that to?
I believe it was Cornerbrook. Was that a line up in Sobeys? I don't
Yeah.
think it was in Cornerbrook. But like apparently, like at around the Bay, man, no one is paying. Is like not to say no one, but like generally speaking, I got a lot of friends on Facebook from all over the island, and you're seeing people post about what's going on in their town or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a buddy of mine at Lewisport, and he's posting about it every day. He's fucking terrified because he's got. He's a cancer survivor, I believe, and he got some other complications. So he's terrified of catching this. He's been very, very vocal on this.
Yeah.
Like he's always posting about it.
Yeah.
And he's been shitting on people. And then some people, sometimes he gets heat because he's being too vocal about it. But then Dr. Hagee today called out Lewisport. And he goes, people here have been wanting to give me fucking heat for giving the town heat. Well, he's like, well, today, our own health minister called us out. He's like, listen the fuck up, man. Like, I'm terrified. Right? But yeah, apparently around the Bay, they're not listening much at all in some places. Like, a lot of people are, but they're not. Because it's just like, it's just not out there, right? Anyways, I'm rambling, but.
I went to Mana today. That's not essential,
Yeah.
but I wanted a sandwich,
Yeah.
and they're still open. They're only letting in like 3 or 4 people at a time.
3 customers at a time.
3 at a time. And it was funny. I walked in there, and there's X's all over the floors, like where you're supposed to stand, like to be 6 feet away. And like I was 6 feet away from every employee there, and I was like 3 X's away from the person getting served.
Yeah.
And the lady behind the counter was like, Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stand behind the line until I'm finished serving this lady.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked around, and I was like, I don't see a line. I see 2 lines intersecting
To make an X.
to make an X
Yeah.
on the floor. But it was just funny because like I was socially distancing,
Right.
and it wasn't enough. But like I feel like, man, then I just started thinking, to be still working in this, you're rattled. You gotta be.
I'll be some rattled. Fuck, I think they should all be getting, I'm telling you, double pay. Cause it's like danger pay now. At this point, you're working during a legit fucking thing going on, man. Like this, that's stopping the world. Why aren't you getting danger pay? And $1 or $2 an hour, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's not enough. It's not.
No.
$10.
I wonder how many people quit. Like, you know, I'll really see the stats on that. Like people who just were like, shag it. I'm living at my parents' house. I'll be fine.
I don't know, man, but like I know there's people. There was something recently who didn't want to go, and they're like, "Well, if you don't come, like you're getting fired." Essentially, people who weren't. I forget where it was. It's a big deal, man.
Like for like I almost said real job, but like I meant like a, you know, one where you have to have a diploma
With
in
your
university,
career, yeah,
which
yeah.
is funny enough. You know what I mean? That's what makes this weird, that these are essential jobs. Like,
Well, this is Hollywood. What I've been saying forever. The fact that these are minimum wage jobs are stupid. These people are doing jobs a lot of other people don't want to fucking do.
Yeah.
And we need them.
yeah,
Like you need people working at grocery stores and gas stations and even fast food spots. Right? Imagine if nobody works at McDonald's and Wendy's and A&W, then it don't exist. And I love a team burger. I want the place to fucking exist. Right? And not to mention, these places are making hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Why can't they pay more than the bare minimum? They're not some local mom and pop store around the Bay that's struggling to stay open. You're a franchise. You're McDonald's, you're Wendy's, you're A&W. Like you have all the money. Why aren't like these people should be getting paid way more minimum wage? And I've always I believe that big time. Grocery store where I worked at Sobeys when I was in high school, man, getting minimum wage is bullshit. And then I went to the fish plant. From there, and I got over double the pay. I went from making $5.25 an hour at Sobeys to $13.53 at the fish plant. And let me tell you, I worked way harder at Sobeys.
what'd you do with the fish plant? Like Filton fish?
Secondary processor plant. So we made like Filet-O-Fish burgers for McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, we made
Yeah.
we made fish sticks for like President's Choice and like fish nuggets and shit.
Captain Highliner stuff.
No, that's different. But actually, the plant eventually was FPI and eventually shut down, and then Highliner did actually like buy the plant or lease it or something after FPI shut down and tried to like get short, but it wasn't long lived. It was only like 6 months or a year or something. They hightailed out of it too, but yeah, we just made like all like, man, we made stuff for President's Choice and No Name and McDonald's. It was a good plant, man. Like, legit food. And man, some of the stuff, like, the cod nuggets, like, you could go down to the plant and buy were unfucking real. They were so good.
Yeah.
They were so good. And they used to have, like, their box of, like, they were called seconds. So, like, almost like Newfound Chocolate Company. You know how to get the shag ups?
Right.
Right? It's something just to slide us off with it. Or like two pieces of chocolate are kind of joined together. That's a shag up, right? Well, they had that for cod nuggets. Because these were like premium nuggets, right? And if there was like the batter, if there was just a little piece of batter off, or like two nuggets were like kind of like infused together, it went into a box.
They was welded together.
They was welded together, right? Yeah, we used to have that. You used to get seconds, and because I worked there, I had a discount of 20% off. You used to get this unreal box of nuggets, man, for like $8. But like the regular ones, you sell for like $20 or more a box, and I used to get them for like $8. Oh my god, man, they were some good. Fuck, were they ever good? But yeah, I worked there at the plant. But back to it. So yeah, like the grocery, I worked way harder at Sobeys, man.
I heard well, we talked about this before, but I heard Sobeys is a shit company anyway to work for.
Well, when I was there, I was only there 8 months when I was in high school, and my boss was awesome. Like the manager,
yeah,
he was awesome. Really fun guy, good overall boss, I gotta say. But yeah, just fuck Sobeys, man. Like, it's so much stuff, right? The only thing they're good for is air malls. Other than that, right?
yes, those air malls. Those air malls that you get. You're going there 10 years. You're going there 10 years and you got enough. You're going there 10 years and you got enough air miles to get to Clarenville airstrip and not to get back.
Yeah. No, man, I'm very much a Coleman's guy now, man. I'm all about them Coleman's, man. Dude, the kitchen in Sobeys is garbage. Their wraps and their sandwiches are fucking garbage. Dominion's way better. Dominion got the way better kitchen and the way better pre-packaged stuff. They got the self. That's maybe the only thing I like about Sobeys, that they don't have the self-checkouts and the support and hiring people. That's about the only thing that I give the thumbs up for Sobeys for. Yeah, Dominion got just way better options. Their chips, their President's Choice line, way better, right? And I'm passionate, man.
I love it. Man, that's yet another thing about Colin that makes him seem older than he is. Is like he loves Coleman's. He loves getting in his Ford Ranger Stang. And he loves putting over to Coleman's.
Loves Coleman's, man. Dude, their sushi is unreal for grocery store sushi. It's better than some takeouts for sure, man. And they got this unreal buffet. Have you had it? Have you been to the East End Coleman's?
Like the brand new one there?
Yes.
No.
Oh my god, dude! When this all
field
ends,
trip.
What?
Field trip.
Road trip.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude, the Coleman's on the East End is savage. The Coleman's you've been to the Coleman's in Corner Brook?
I've been to the Coleman's in Mount Pearl. This is one of Mount Pearl.
Yeah, that's garbage. The one in,
yes, but fuck right off.
It is. It's because it's not garbage, but it's not. It's different because that's like they got two. There's two like super locations, and it's like this one on the East End, and the one in Corner Brook. Remember me, you, Costa, and Luke, and Nick? We all went there when we were for Gym Fest?
Yeah.
It's like that, but I think this one's even better than that one. But, like, their sushi and, like, their kitchen and their everything, like, they're and dude, they support local more than anyone.
I like how organized everything is in there.
It's so organized, man. And there's so much produce and fish and meat that's grown here.
You're like, someone's gonna do the Don Cherry mashup of Colin, like hitting the desk and like turning into the piano. Yeah, ding 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 ding. I'm telling you right now, Kadri gotta pick up his game.
No, it's just like it is. It's they got the way that they support local is legit, and
they are local though, aren't they?
Yeah,
is Coleman's local.
Coleman's, man.
I like Big Goods, man. Fuck Coleman's.
No, don't fuck Coleman's. Yay, both. Because Big Goods is very similar to Coleman's. They're very similar. They're very similar. And Big Goods is wicked too. But this call, I'm telling you, dude. Anyways, man, imagine if I was sponsored by him.
Yeah, if there's if you're out there, Coleman's.
Yeah, but they originated out of Corner Brook.
Okay.
That's why the big one's out there.
Okay.
Right? There's two.
There's two. Yeah, there's that
two.
one with that faux place in it.
Yeah, that's
Pho.
some spot. Oh my god, you didn't
It's
like
all
it, did
right.
you?
Nah, I mean it's not the best. I lived that pho
Yeah,
for 2 years.
I know. I did when I was in Edmonton, and there was one spot called Faux Sandwiches, and that place was wicked.
Faux sandwiches.
Yeah, and I was at another place that was called Faux for Show. The Faux Show.
Faux for show.
Yeah, no, it was called Faux Show. Faux Show.
Yeah. That's not, see, anytime that's an English person making a pun off a faux name.
But I tell
I
you
want
what,
something
though, well, it was
Saigon.
all Asians working in there when I was there.
That's a good sign.
Vietnamese.
Well, that's what they are, hopefully.
Yeah, right.
Man, I'm hungry now.
Well, we can go, man. Call it an episode. This is good. What was it, hour and a half?
Yeah, I suppose. What are you at, boys?
Yeah.
Go back into solitary confinement with the boys.
Right. Just gonna have a look see, right quickly, at something. Before I sign off here. Yeah. Oh, cracked. Wanted to say thank you to everybody. Cracked 22,000 followers here today, and that's very thankful and grateful for that. Thanks for everybody following along and telling your friends and sharing along. Greatly appreciated. Keep it up. What's today? Thursday? We're doing it on Saturday, Tyler, or Chart Saturday?
Nothing else to be at, eh, boy? Yeah, I'm good to go for whatever.
So we tried this one tonight at 7:50. Seemed to be pretty decent turnout there. So, yeah, maybe do something like that again. Do 7:45 or something on Saturday. Or
Get on the beers on Saturday and get
maybe an afternoon podcast.
perhaps.
Day bowl.
Yes.
Do a day bowl one. I want to do an air rock concert. By the way, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to do one where I'm rocking out hard. Drums, guitar, bass, lips, fucking piano, whatever. And it's air rock. I'll take requests. And I want to do it. Yeah, man. Doing it.
I can't even tell you how not pro that I am.
Oh, I know, but I'm all for it. I think
I think it depends on the song for me.
but I think it was. I put a
I
thing
think
in my
it's
story
funny
last
to-
week, and the amount of people that was like, "Man, you should do that." Like, that's the only reason I got it in my head. I had like a lot of like they think that'd be hilarious, and it's just something to switch it up. I'm not against it.
I don't even know what to say.
I know you hate it. That's fine, but that's all right. It's because that's gonna be a solo episode for myself.
Good. All right, perfect.
Yeah,
I'm out of it. Sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna play guitar.
You go play fucking real
I was
music.
gonna say you go play real guitar. You better be like a loser. Bye. All right, guys. Colin Hollett Podcast, episode 6. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Later.
Tyler McDonald. We'll be back on Saturday. Take care of yourself. Don't die.
Talk to you in a week.